So anyway, Megan is not running camera right now. She'll be back tomorrow. You can watch on camera if you want to. And I guess yesterday, this is how unaware of my surroundings I am. Apparently, BB Shea and Dave and I all wore similar colors shirts. I don't even
remember.
I don't either.
Yeah.
I have no idea what we wore. And I got an email from someone who said, "Did Chris Demm not get the memo?" Ha, 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 ha.
Oh, my God. LOL.
And I thought,
The memo joke.
is that the oldest joke? Is that the oldest joke that there is?
In broadcasting, for sure.
Well, that and Facebook.
Well, yeah, and actually it happened in real time, too, like in office space, offices.
I mean, they've got to be saying, "Did you miss the memo?" I've heard that my whole life. That has got to be the oldest line of comedy.
When's the last time anyone sent out an actual memo?
I mean, the word memo now.
Yeah.
People don't even know what that is. If I said to my son, "Did you get the memo?" He'd be like, "I don't know what that is." I have a clue. He literally emailed me and said, "Did Chris Demm miss the memo?" And then all these laughing while crying. I was like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?"
Yeah.
It's like
when a joke lands, you just walk away.
Bam. That and people always say, you get a face for radio. There's that. There's a lot of that. And then we have a good friend who any day of the week, if you say, it doesn't matter. It can be a Thursday, Friday, whatever. I say, "Hey, how are you?" As soon as you see it, it's like, "Hey, how's it going?" "Not bad for a Monday." And I have heard it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
I love him. But that is the go-to line. "Not bad for a Monday." Ha ha. That's it. We used to have a coworker who, when you walk down the hall, if you do that thing where you're coming at each other and nobody kind of knows which way to move.
You're trying to pass each other, but you go to the opposite sides.
He would always say, "Oh, let's dance.
Let's dance." A couple steps to the left, a couple steps to the right.
Right. And he always had those little lines too. And
We always had a quip.
if you'd see him on Monday and say, "How was your weekend?" "Not long enough." Always. Without fail. And so I always think of him when
Or if you asked him, "Have you seen X coworker?"
Not my job. What did he say? He goes,
Not my day to keep
up with
Not
him.
my day to keep up with him.
We would say like,
"Hey, have you seen such and such?"
"Not my day to keep up with him." Always.
Yes.
Always the same response that you get.
That's the fluid that keeps the machinery of this building moving.
That's right. But did Chris Demm miss the memo? I just was like, wow, that one, that's getting out there. I mean, that's been a while since we've seen.
Yeah, what do they call that in comedy? Edgy?
Very, very edgy, exactly. Have you seen much of this Johnny Depp testimony in the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trial?
I really haven't.
No.
I mean, I thought we had done this, but she won the last round, right? Amber Heard was, I guess, Depp was accused of being an abuser.
Yeah.
And I guess that charge stood, right, by a newspaper.
I suppose.
I think that was the first round.
This is the second time they're in court.
So.
And the thing is, once that court case was settled and everything, he stopped getting jobs. He got cut from the franchise, the Pirates of the Caribbean. Of course, they had made like 4 of them with him. And then they cut him out, and now he's suing her. He's suing her for defamation.
And she's suing him back. You're right. It's a double countersuit.
He's been on the stand for the last few days. We have just a minute of him. Yesterday, the lawyer just kept reading headlines of things that he had done or was accused of doing, and then hardly gave Depp a chance to respond.
Johnny Depp reportedly drank heavily and was constantly late on the new Pirates movie set. Did I read that right?
You did, reportedly.
Johnny Depp's financial woes might sink the next Pirates of the Caribbean. Did I read that right?
You did. I don't know.
The next article, May 25th.
I don't like when lawyers
Yeah.
cut in when you're trying to. I don't know.
Is that the kind of lawyer you'd be?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
When you feel like you've got him on the ropes.
Yeah, you just nail them.
17. Where did it all go wrong for Johnny Depp? After a string of flops and a ton of bad press, Johnny Depp's star power looks as wobbly as Jack Sparrow on a plank. Did I read that right?
You read that very, very well.
The next one.
Yeah, apparently he got a little tired of it. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm hearing all these headlines. How long are you going to do this?
Hollywood Reporter, Pirates of the Caribbean, the diminishing returns of Johnny Depp. Did I read that right?
You certainly did. Hollywood Reporter were very nice to me at the time.
July 12th, 2017.
I said let the man finish his answer. You know, Hollywood Reporter was very nice. And then he goes on into the next one.
Headline, Johnny Depp allegedly showed up drunk to movie premiere, reports say. Did I read that
Allegedly,
correctly?
reports say. This is hearsay.
June
is it not?
21st, 2018, a Rolling Stone article entitled The Trouble with Johnny Depp. Multi-million-dollar lawsuits, a haze of booze and hash, a marriage gone very wrong, and a lifestyle he can't afford. Did I read that right?
You did. You should read the article. It's
And the
wonderful.
last one, Daily Mail. Vodka for breakfast, 72-hour drug binges, and spending sprees that beggar belief. Alison Boshoff reveals why Hollywood's reeling over what's being called Johnny Depp's career suicide note. Did I read that correctly?
You did. Who's Alison Boshoff and how does she know?
So that's Depp yesterday trying to fend off all these things that he basically they're saying you did this to yourself. You're drinking yourself into a stupor. It's not Amber Heard's fault that you didn't get these movies anymore. He said no. What she said about him cost him the movie roles. So they're going back and forth.
From what I have heard, you know, we were off for a little bit, and there was some testimony while we were away. The pooping in the bed came up last week, and Amber Heard allegedly, you know, shat the sheets.
That's right.
It's a bit of a a tactic.
She did.
And so that came up last week. But from what I have gleaned from various sources is that Depp has done okay so far.
Oh, he's really,
You know, making his case that
Okay.
Amber seems to be the more aggressive, the more abusive partner.
What happened when there was feces in the sheets? I had forgotten. I know that happened. Whose was it?
Amber's.
Okay. Yeah. And why was it there?
Send a message.
That's right.
I'm not sure why.
Yeah,
She decided to use that messaging method.
But the housekeeper found it, didn't she?
I don't recall.
I thought the.
I don't recall.
Didn't they think it was the dog? Was it?
It's hearsay.
I thought they thought it was the dog. It was Pistol or Boo. She said it was Pistol or Boo, but they tested it. It was absolutely Amber Heard.
100% Heard. That's a Heard.
That's what it should be called. The Heard turd. Heard round the world. Which we all saw that. She defecated.
Why is Johnny Depp at Bed Bath & Beyond? What do you think? I've got a 20% off coupon.
He had to buy new sheets, a whole
New sheets,
new
whole new set.
a new
Probably a topper.
pill of shams.
Yes.
All of it. Yes. All of it. Horrible. That did come up last week. We were on vacation.
Yeah.
And that was in there again that she
Is your wife following this? I mean, it's not a bloody crime. It's just, you know, kind of a ugly split.
Not much. She doesn't mention it very much. I'm more intrigued by it.
I think Court TV or whatever they call it now is showing it.
Has it on? Somebody put together a supercut of his testimony while we were on vacation.
Okay.
And this was on TikTok, so they put sound effects,
music behind it.
You were drinking pretty heavily.
Were you there?
Let's pull up Exhibit 500.
I'd like to see who I lied to.
You can't say that you carried cocaine in that box?
No, but it looks like it would fit some cocaine. I once gave Marilyn Manson a pill so that he would stop talking.
You poured yourself a mega pint of red wine, correct?
A mega pint.
Yeah. Sometimes drink whiskey in the mornings too, right?
Isn't happy hour anytime?
He's just parrying almost everything is what he's trying to do.
I think he's winning this thing. I've only seen a little bit of it, though. But that thing about Marilyn Manson, I gave Marilyn Manson a pill to make him shut up. So he'd be quiet. Oh, it's poor Sharon Osbourne who had a horrendous facelift. She's just now ready to talk about it. Sharon had a cosmetic procedure in October, and she said when they unwrapped her face, she looked at it and said, "Are you kidding me? I look like a cyclops." Apparently, one of her eyes was raised a couple of inches over the other eye, And Ozzy Osbourne saw it and was frightened by it. She said, Ozzy saw it.
I'm not paying for this, man.
Apparently, when Ozzy saw it, he said, we'll do anything it takes to fix that, to put it back. And the surgeon came back in and said, oh, you've got to give it time to set. You've got to wait.
Like a house, it settles.
That's right. Ozzy saw it and said, is this a joke? Or is this what is going on here? And she said immediately she was ready for a lawsuit, but that she did indeed give it time to settle, and then things got back into place.
Well, I'm sure. I don't know how procedures work. I don't know what she had.
Mm-hmm.
But there, when you start cutting into the human body, it swells. That's just a natural thing, and then the swelling subsides.
That was it. And she said it was a 5.5-hour procedure to do her lips, her eyes, around her nose, her temples. I mean, a lot of stuff was being done to her. 5.5 hours seems like a long surgical for a facelift to me. I don't know how long.
I don't know.
She said, I had it where they lift up your mouth, and for a week, I couldn't feel my mouth. Even now, I have trouble feeling my mouth. It's tingly, she told Kelly Clarkson. And she said, at one point, I couldn't find my mouth. I would put a fork up to it. It would be on my cheek because I didn't know where my mouth was. Mm-hmm. And Ozzy said, love, we've got to do something about this because it took a long time for it to get back to where it was. But
I think she's done. She seems like the type of person who will perpetually have procedures.
Agreed. She didn't say that she was done with it, even though she said this was by far the worst experience she had.
How old is Sharon now? Do we know?
69. So she said this, and she's had other procedures before, but she said this was by far the worst of the procedures. And Ozzy said, I don't care how much it costs. We've got to get your face redone.
I can't stare at this man.
Awful.
Oh, Ozzy.
What an awful experience. She had a tough year. She was kicked off of her show, The Talk. She left that.
Well, she left voluntarily.
Well, but I felt like she was being drummed out. There was a lot of controversy with her. She stood by Piers Morgan. What did he do? Something that
he
stood for Trump?
He walked off the set because of Meghan Markle.
It's Meghan Markle. It's Meghan Markle. And
he walked off of his show.
That's right. So he was very upset with Meghan Markle, and she stood by him and got some flack from her co-host and then quit The Talk. That's right. She didn't come back to The Talk. But And I'll tell you, I haven't watched The Talk since. I don't want to be some guy who takes a big stand on something, but I haven't seen The Talk since. Just to me, she was the show. I know nobody watches it anyway, but I have felt like it's gone downhill since then. That's just me. That's just
a small hill.
That's
a small hill.
Rolled down it though. And on a similar vein, Britney Spears has said she's got to take some time for herself. She's all social media. Britney says, I'm not doing this anymore.
No more booby shots?
No more. No.
No more TNA?
No. She's quit.
Well, she is allegedly pregnant, correct?
That was the whole thing. She said, I got so much buzz when I announced my pregnancy that now she needs to take time away from it. She has 41 million Instagram followers, and she hasn't updated Twitter now in the past 3 months. And she said, I'm not going to be doing it anymore either. She's getting ready to get married or is married to that.
I don't recall.
I don't either. I don't know. I just never paid much attention to her.